The demand for soybean oil is going to grow. We're going to crush more of those beans right here in the United States, turning that oil into biodiesel and renewable diesel.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Michaela Jordan, here with Donnell Rehagen, the CEO of the Clean Fuels Alliance America. Donnell, talk to us a little bit about the expanding markets for biodiesel in the biofuels industry.
Our industry is just exploding right now with the advent of carbon reduction, both at the corporate level as well as government and regulations. Demand for our fuels are just increasing in a number of markets. Markets like rail and marine particularly that are kind of newcomers. You know, we've always been on the road with our fuels, but now we're seeing more and more demand off-road because of carbon reduction.
Looking into the future, how do you see that expansion continuing to grow and the continuing growth in demand for both those biofuels?
Yeah, the corporations now with these very aggressive carbon reduction goals that they have are driving the transportation of the goods that are serving all of us into these cleaner fuels. So that's where we're talking about rail, marine, aviation. That's where all of our goods move around this country. And so we're seeing increasing demands pulling from those corporations that are pushing that onto their suppliers.
Those corporations that are seeking growth in that and kind of pushing our demand forward, they're needing more biodiesel and more biofuels, and that requires more soybeans. Where do you see that expansion within the industry coming from, and how do you see that growth continuing?
Absolutely. The expansion that we're looking for, we want to be a 6 billion gallon industry by 2030. We're about a 3 billion gallon industry today, 3.5 maybe. But we see the expansion being made possible purely from soybean oil. That's really where the feedstock growth is and the potential is there, and that's where we're seeing the expansion in crush as a big, huge driver for our industry. It's a very positive signal for us that they see what we see. The demand for soybean oil is going to grow, and the best thing's going to happen is we're going to crush more of those beans right here in the United States, turning that oil into biodiesel and renewable diesel.
As a farmer, what should I know about biodiesel and the expansion in the crush industry?
Well, the soybean farmers in this country formed our industry, literally, and it was a dream of theirs back in the 1990s. And so first of all, they should be very proud of themselves. And they should be very proud of the fact that they stuck with it. It's a tough industry to try to get into fuel and bring new fuels into the marketplace. So proud that they are seeing the benefits of our organization and our industry growing like we are. And I think they should continue to keep using and keep promoting biodiesel.
The Iowa farmer is proud to support biodiesel in the biofuels industry, and we know that a lot of that expansion is coming from the push for sustainability along with reduction in carbon emissions. With those reductions coming, how do you see biodiesel and other biofuels kind of changing the path of the fuel industry in coming years?
Yeah, you know, we're seeing already, like California is a great example as a leading state. Our fuels now, biodiesel and renewable diesel, are 57% of the diesel pool, the entire diesel pool in the state of California. So we see that as the potential to happen in other states as well. Obviously, California has some policies that are making things like that happen, but other states are creating those same opportunities within their states. And so biodiesel, renewable diesel, I think the sky is the limit, no pun intended, the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with those two fuels as the country just continues down this path of decarbonization.
Looking down that path, what is Clean Fuels looking forward to most, or what's the biggest thing on the horizon for Clean Fuels?
Well, this expansion of demand for the industry, you know, I've been working here for 20 years in this industry. There's been a lot of really tough times of getting newcomers to try this new fuel, and what we're starting to see now is they're coming to us. The railroads, the marine operators are coming to us about how can we work with you to get more access to those fuels. And so that's an exciting time for us, and I think a reward for a lot of people, farmers included, who've really stuck with this industry from the very, very beginning.
Biodiesel is not only expanding the horizons when it comes to fuel that is sustainable and low carbon, but it's also expanding the horizon for Iowa farmers who are looking for places to send their soybeans and different ways to use that meal and through the crush facilities and the oil. Donnell, thank you for your time today. It was great talking with you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Reporting for this episode of The State of Soy, I'm Michaela Jordan.
Do you remember when you first believed that anything was possible? Do you remember when you had doubt? Obstacles you couldn't overcome? Do you remember when you pushed through the pain and refused to quit? Remember, He created you for this.